right, so I'm going to do a basic demo for what some of my ESL level 1 students have accomplished. So this particular student is um, definitely level 1, struggles with making basic sentences, sometimes combines the tenses. So this is the overview of what I've done. What I've done is, if you look here on the left side, these are different assignments that I created. Um, Tenses, family lessons, different things there. So what I've done is I've uploaded all the different assignments or activities that we've done in the course of this previous 10 class session. So 10 classes can typically last for 30 days, or they could last for a couple weeks. So in his case, it's been a couple weeks. He's gone through 10 classes in about less than a week and a half. So let's look at the mind map. This is what we've covered. So the beginner ESL curriculum, uh, main category, grammar foundations, daily life routines, vocabulary and themes, and communication skills. And that breaks down into uh, another subcategory here: sentence structures, subject pronouns, verb tenses, prepositions in place. From daily life routines, we went over time-based activities, morning, afternoon, evening, for example. Um, yes, that's what that is there. And then we also did vocabulary themes. So look at vocabulary themes here. We went over weather, clothing, food and shopping, and transportation. This is all within a 10 class period, and the classes are 45 minutes generally. 45 minutes. I'll leave 15 minutes at the end if the the student has any questions regarding the lesson. We also went over communication skills, WH questions, personal introductions. So he was at the level where he wasn't able to initially introduce himself, but he was able to successfully go through that and do an introduction. So that's just a mind map of what we went through for the beginner ESL curriculum. Now, if we take a look at a slide presentation that I put together here also. So based on what we went through during the 10 class period, I'll develop a recap or a basic review of what we went through. So this is what we went through: English grammar foundations, structure, tenses, and rules for clear communication. So making sure that he's understanding how to put together sentences effectively. So we looked at the subject, the verb, and the object, how to put those together. John eats an apple, for example. And then we worked on I, you, he, she, the pronouns, how to work those out as well. Um, the S rule, present simple. So I walk, he, she walks, it rains, for example. It's getting those tenses together. And then looking at time: yesterday past tense, today present, and then tomorrow as well. So we worked on those, and we did some drills to make sure he could grasp those concepts. Also looking at the frequency of things that are done always as being 100%, usually 80%. For example, I usually drink coffee. So these are just some examples of what we covered. We also worked on space logic. The apple's on top of the book, the cat is between the pillows, the slippers are under the bed, the bird is over the house. These are different things that we worked on as well. And also working with time. And then looking at different items of clothing that we wear during weather. The WH questions. So we looked at who, what, when, where, and why. Some people struggle with that, but we went into, when is more time focused, for example. And we did a drill specifically on an incorrect sentence, and then he would have to correct the sentence. So we said, for example, he goes to school, so he would need to correct it, he goes to school. So we went through a drill of the incorrect and then the correct and having them go through those. And then finally, we also did some directions on how to navigate and reading exercises, practicing basic reading. So that was just a brief overview of what we covered during these past 10 classes. And then for today, as we conclude the 10 class session, there is a quiz that I've constructed, a set of 25 questions, which he will need to go through. I haven't decided if I want to time it. I may time it for him and give him about 30 minutes, maybe 30 minutes to do this quiz. I think that should be sufficient. So these are 25 questions that we'll go through. So that's just in brief what's covered during the first 10 classes for a beginner ESL student. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. I'll be glad to help out.